Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. As usual, I will be giving just a minute to allow you guys to come in before we start the business of the day. How have you guys been? Those at work? How has work been going? Working remotely at home. Hope things are moving on smoothly. And lastly, how is the weather treating each and every one of you down here in Philly? I must confess that today is a bit favorable. Today is indeed a good day. Sit tight and flow according to the tune of our presentation. But like I said, I'll be giving just a minute to allow you guys to come in. I can see a couple of names on my attendees list. I guess I will just take it off from here, even as more people keep joining us. Good afternoon once again and welcome. For those of you guys that are joining us for the first time, my name is Gagba Esahia, and I'm the training coordinator with the Temple Small Business Development Center. At the Temple Small Business Development Center helps small business start and grow. We offer free one-on-one consulting and a variety of low to no cost webinars. We are proud to be part of the nationally accredited network of small business and development centers, which has over 1,000 networks across the United States. We're here this afternoon for a webinar on how to run ADS on TikTok. A copy of the PowerPoint and the link to the recording will be sent to all the attendees. Being a webinar, all the attendees have been muted. However, we always encourage you guys to drop your questions on the Q&A or the chat box. Without further ado, please allow me to welcome a wonderful speaker, even as he takes over the floor for the presentation. Mr. David, you're welcome.
Hey, what's going on, Garba? Thank you so much. Always an honor to serve alongside you. What's going on, everyone? Let's hear it in the chat. I want to know where you're from, what part of PA, if you're in Jersey, if you're outside of those areas. So where you're from, what type of business you have, and what you want to learn about TikTok, right? And we're talking about TikTok ads today. So let's hear those three things in the chat for me, or put those three things in the chat for me. Where you're located, what your business is, and what you're looking to learn about TikTok. Give you all a few minutes to get your responses in. Okay, and you can put it right in the chat. Okay, we got someone from Honesdale. All right, Kara Lee, Allentown, PA, short-term rentals, how to leverage to gain new guests. I love it. I love it. Jamie is in Ammon, Central PA, in Muncie. Okay, cool. Got it. Noted. What else we got? Take a few more and then we'll dive into everything we have for today. Gotcha, Jimmy. Community development and how to even begin using TikTok. I love it, Kimberly. Jamie, catering business. Excellent. Awesome. And yes, please let me know what you're looking to learn as well. Okay, because this is definitely a new world for myself as well. In all transparency, TikTok is a platform I've fought for a while, and I have come to the realization that, I have to practice what I preach. And one of the things I as a marketer, as a person who runs an agency, I always say you have to go where the fish are. So if the fish are moving and I want to stay in the lake where the fish I think are, I'm going to catch no fish. And it goes the same for all of us, right? So thank you, Kimberly. It's not my favorite platform. I have to lead with that too, right? But I have to learn. I have to, as a marketer, as a good business people, we have to do. I'm sure when Facebook and Instagram started, most people weren't a fan of some of these platforms, right? So I always have to remind myself, I read the book. I try to read the book once a year. It's a good book called Who Moved My Cheese? And it talks about change, right? And dealing with change. And it's hard. Humans don't like, we all don't like change. I don't, if I'm honest, I don't like change, but I have to adapt to change, right? And that's the only constant that we have in this world, is that change is going to come, whether we want it to, whether it's forced upon us, or whether we whether we try to fight it. Change is going to come. So that is something we all have to deal with. And I'm just trying to lead the change. Okay. So yes, for those who are just jumping in, what I've been asking for people to put in the chat is where you're from, what your business is, and what you're looking to learn. Okay, where you're from, what your business is, and what you're looking to learn. I've got quite a bit of content we're going to go through today. I will say that there's we're going to go into the platform in as well. We're going to cover a bit of things that are foundational, more so today. And basically, it's going to be, I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. I just want you to know this is a learning platform for a lot of people. And anytime you learn something new, it's never easy. So just bear with us as we go through this process. And as I shared for those earlier, okay, awesome, Regina, Lehigh Valley Diversity and Inclusion Content. Yes, how to start without feeling intimidated. Nadia is in hair care. Yes, so great. We're all, I want to say that we're all in this together. And I'm going to be very transparent. It's a newer platform for me. So my specialty personally is in Facebook advertisement and Instagram ads. So it's been a learning curve with TikTok. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I am an aficionado and know every single aspect of TikTok. But what I do know, I will share with you. And what I know can be helpful in my learning curve, I will pass on. So you don't have to go through some of the learning challenges I have had to go through as an advertiser, learning this whole space. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump in. I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're going to dive into this together. Okay, let me just share my screen and get things ready. I have a few things I want to share with the platform as well. So we're going to go inside the platform and cover a few things too. Okay, so buckle up. Let's take this ride together. Okay, so again, I have some things we're going to cover today. You're in the training for how to run ads on TikTok. About midway through, we'll probably go live into the platform itself. I have my screen ready here, as you see. So we'll be going into. I went through the process of creating a whole new account for you all, just to create something live so you can see how to start from scratch. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. So I didn't share who I am. My name is David D. Simons. I have a digital marketing agency called Kingdom Social Media. We do we help influential leaders to dominate their market online, leveraging Facebook and Instagram advertising, LinkedIn marketing, and we're dabbling and getting into the TikTok world. So that's why I'm doing this presentation today. TikTok is a platform, for those that just joined, is a platform I've personally been fighting. And I think a lot of business owners are fighting right now. But here's what we're going to cover. Why TikTok, right? TikTok versus Facebook, high-level ad policies, setting up your ad account walkthrough, linking your TikTok profile, and creating and installing a pixel. Okay, those are some of the things. And we're going to talk about some ideas and strategies, how to get some creative ad ideas. I'm going to share some facts and some things that will help you to realize. So Facebook, I've been personally disabled. You can see a screenshot here on Facebook many times. Not just for me, for some of my clients too, for stupid things. No real reason. Has anybody else had an account ban or a disabled ads on Facebook? Type in the chat if that's you. I have. There's been a lot of things going on at Facebook. I can't explain all of them, can't understand all of them, but there's a lot of things going on in the Facebook, Instagram world. It doesn't mean I'm abandoning it. I think as a marketer, because you're all marketers, if you're in business, you're a marketer, it's wise to use every platform to your advantage. Does it mean you have to master every platform? I'm not saying that, but you should have, just like you would you're in your financials, you would diversify your portfolio, you should diversify your marketing too. So here's the truth. People spend time on TikTok, and right now, I understand your pain, Melva, of deleting your Facebook and the frustration of it. I get it. Here's the average time. This is by 2022 by Oberlo. 38 minutes is the average time spent on this platform per day. 38 minutes average, right? Twitter, 35, Facebook, 31. And again, we're looking, this is from a global context. Snapchat, 30, Instagram, 29, right? So believe it or not, America, right? In America, we're big on Facebook and Instagram. Snapchat, and not so much. Twitter, sort of. TikTok is on the rise. So we're spending a lot more time on TikTok as users overall. The engagement is going up. You can see this is the engagement breakdown. Average monthly hours per user is 25 hours monthly. I don't know about any of you. I didn't ask this question. How many of you have TikTok accounts? Type in the chat box yes if you do, no if you don't have a TikTok account. I just want to see what we're, who needs to start one, and who has one. I admire you all for jumping in here. Yes, I see one. Great. Okay. So for those that don't have one, it's going to be a simple assignment. Everybody should just go create one, secure your name, and I'm talking about your personal brand. So secure your name on your TikTok as a personal brand. That's the minimum we should do, right? So you want to do that. Great. I see a few. Okay. Now, for those that do have TikTok accounts, how often do you view content on TikTok? Are you on the platform daily, maybe sporadically, weekly, monthly, hourly? I mean, what is your usage? I want to know from this audience of business owners. There's a reason I'm asking this question. A few times a week, daily. Okay. Okay, got you. So the reason I'm asking this question is we are facing a shift in advertisement, and we're facing a shift in the markets overall of grabbing attention. Everybody's in the business of grabbing attention. And TikTok does an amazing job of grabbing attention, and it does an amazing job of providing organic reach for people that have profiles. What I mean by that, you remember some of you that were on Facebook back in 2011, 2010, when Facebook, when you had a business page and you could make one post and hundreds of people would see your post and 20 to 30 people would comment, those good old days of engagement. Well, guess what? TikTok is like that, but on steroids right now. So I'm talking about even without advertisements. We have a client who turned into focus on TikTok, and she had one post that had, in her first month, she had one post that had 500,000 views. It's ridiculous. 500,000 views, because TikTok is not limiting the reach at all. It does not limit the reach of the users right now. It will once it gets saturated. So I just want to encourage everyone, you have an opportunity right now. We have an opportunity right now to really dive into the platform. And with that said, there's a power in it as well. People aren't just going on the platform just to view content. They're buying. That one client I mentioned to you, she sells 2 to 3 products per day organically of her product. It's about a $60 product, and there's some upsells behind it, right? So not bad for just getting into the flow. So TikTok ad revenue in 2022 will exceed that of Twitter. So to Eddie, she's selling a kind of like an assessment of your HR interviewing style. So your HR interviewing product is a data product. So similar like Strength Finders, but for HR, for recruiters, and for people that are looking to get jobs. TikTok ad revenue in 2022 will exceed that of Twitter and Snapchat combined. That's crazy. It is owned by China. The platform is owned by China, and it is growing in ad spend, 11 billion in ad spend this year. So they are getting mass adoption. So there are a few differences between TikTok and Facebook. Ad creative is far the biggest. Ad creative wise, you've got to be creative on TikTok. Facebook, you can get away with like a flyer, you can get away with certain things being pretty bland, honestly. TikTok, you have got to be creative. Creativity is the most important piece. Facebook, you can throw a bunch of stuff out and see how the market reacts. So the amount of data that Facebook collects is a lot of data. Now I have to scare you a little bit, okay? So the terms of service on TikTok allow TikTok to go into your phone and grab all kinds of data. I'm talking not just data from when you're using the app. It goes into data of your entire phone. It takes a lot of data from you. That's how if you've ever been on TikTok, that's how they're able to serve you. It's monitoring your voice. Wait, Facebook does this too. It's monitoring what you're listening to. It's monitoring everything outside of the platform too. And they bring all these data points in to make to present content to you. So, I mean, you can go try it for yourself. Just go talk about something near your phone. Talk about something near your phone. Message one of your friends. Do a few things like that. Then log into the app. Chances are you're going to get content around that. I know it's scary. I mean, this happens on Facebook too, but it's on another level on TikTok. The amount of data that they're collecting on us is insane. So the audience size and campaign structures, these are different audience sizes. These are different campaign structures than what we're used to in Facebook. Facebook has, obviously a large amount of people on the platform, and TikTok is climbing. There's some differences. I'll show you that when we get there. Here's the biggest challenge, and this is the biggest challenge for me, that you do need to use TikTok to be good at advertising on the platform. So it's not one of those platforms where you can just come on and say, I'm going to advertise and I'm not going to use it. Can't do that here. The reason is there's a culture. TikTok has a culture. It has a way of communicating. It's like if you speak English and you're trying to communicate to somebody that speaks Spanish, it's going to be hard. You got to speak their language. And TikTok has its own language. It has its own culture. And that's the part that's the hardest, right? Where I talk about change. So maybe you're with me. You need to read the book, who moved my cheese again or for the first time and get used to this change. Tracking and reporting accuracy is different as well. They have some really cool tracking tools. Their ad policies are comparative. I think they're a little more lenient than Facebook. They do have some policies that are different and unique, but for the most part, they are different. You cannot run ads in these industries. I just say that for in case you might have some of these industries. Adult products and services, casinos and gambling, cigarettes and tobacco, NFTs, so non-fungible tokens, police, military gear, politics, legal services, CBD and THC, alcoholic drinks, and products targeting children. Okay, so these are things that you cannot run. These are ads that you can run with certain conditions. Dating apps, nutrition supplements, energy drinks, fantasy sports, legal advice, simulated gambling apps, financial services, nonprofits, and pharmacies. Okay. So when you are running ads, you want to make sure that you're in compliance. And how do you do that? So any advertisement you want to run to a specific landing page, right? And so when you create that landing page, you want to include the contact info for those people, and you want to include privacy policy in terms of service. So you can find templates for these online. You need to be congruent with your ad. So don't create an ad around soccer, selling soccer balls, and then when somebody comes to your page, you're selling jerseys, right? The key is congruency, even your messaging from the ad and into the landing page. You can't just be an opt-in with zero to little actual content on the page. So meaning you can't just have, take the name and the email, like a what we call a squeeze page. You can't do that. That's really not allowed. So it's allowed, but it's not going to work well for you. Okay, so do not include any TikTok related elements like logos on the page, and then make sure everything's functional. Simple things. These are things you would do in Facebook too. Okay. So some things you need to know. They have, just like Facebook, human people and bots that review all your ad content, and they review it in depth. So you're not gonna get past if you try to put a fast one. Not saying any of you would pull a fast one on them. It's not gonna work. This includes all the audios and the visuals of your creative. And if it gets through approval, if it breaks the rules, it will be caught. So I'm gonna get to, well, I'll answer your question now, Regina. Regina's asking, how would I fit in for diversity and inclusion? Would it be best to create videos under a personal account? Yes, and become an educational brand would be the best for you to do. Just don't break their rules. That's the best way to do it. Just don't break their rules. You want to delete any rejected ads. If an ad's rejected, just delete it. Know this, that the mods and the bots don't go past your opt-in page. So they just check your opt-in page. They're not checking your confirmation page. I'm not saying hide something in the confirmation page. I'm just telling you their process. So this is going to be for later, but these are some, it has tracking just like Facebook and Instagram does. So we'll have key page view, similar Facebook view content. So this is how, the pixel. So pixel is a piece of code that you take to put on your website to make sure to see how you're doing, how tracking's going, and all of those things, right? What's interesting is some of the updates that Apple did and some of the things that it really hit Facebook hard. We haven't seen that it's affected TikTok like it's affected Facebook, right? So that's kind of cool. The list of rules will be in the ad account. We'll see where I can show you where that's at, but it's inside the ad account. So there's a lead tracking pixel. So this is like if somebody opts in to download something or submit their information, you can put them and mark them as lead. There's an add to cart button where somebody can, if your e-commerce business or your somebody's buying something online, you can put an add to cart pixel, and then there's a checkout pixel for somebody to check out, and then there's a different script for a pixel for purchasing, and then you can put the value of whatever the purchase price is and then the currency. Okay, so you'll have all these when you get the slides, right? So here's some things to know about TikTok today. Okay, we're gonna get it's not just Gen Z dance videos. I know that's what the perception is, right? The demographic on TikTok has been aging up rapidly. I'm going to break that down in a second. There is success with just different industries, from beauty to finance. I shared with you a lady that's in HR. I also know a gentleman who's in engineering. He's having wild success with the platform. So it's not what you think. It's not what the perception is, right? You have to go into this platform and see for yourself. Selling products, there's been success selling products from $9 to $9.97 on the front end. So that's just telling you, if you do have a product in this range, it's a good front end use of this platform to help you to sell that. So this is the biggest difference between TikTok and other social media platforms, right? So you have a content graph and a social graph. A social graph is like when you come into the app, it's like we're trying to see, all your friends and family, right? That's a social graph. You're seeing your friends, your family, or your loved ones, and it's coming in. This one is not based on social content. It's based on content, right? Like it's based on what your interests are. It's not about it's so how on Instagram it's like, oh, how many followers do they have? Followers have a value on the platform. But what I mean is it's not about your friends and family more so. You're not coming on TikTok for your friends and connecting with your friends and seeing what they're doing in their lives. You're coming on TikTok to learn or be entertained, and you don't care who it is. So it's about content, right? So that's where the advantage is. So let's go into some stats, okay? There's 1 billion plus users and that open up the TikTok app each month. That, if you remember, it took Facebook quite a few years to get there. Like, I want to say, I don't want to misquote, but it took them quite a few years to get to that mark. TikTok hasn't been around too long, and they're already 1 billion plus. Okay, so the other piece to note is that TikTok allows you, has already had downloads from app downloads. It had 3 billion downloads, which makes it the first non-Facebook app to hit that milestone. So I want you to make sure you understand what I just shared. Pretty much, they're in second place as much of downloads go, right? There are people that haven't downloaded Snapchat or even Twitter as much as they've downloaded TikTok. Think about that. That's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, and it's a newer platform. So the targetable users in the US, users that are 35 plus, are 30 million in the United States. I'm sure most people didn't think that. You probably didn't know that there are 30 million 35 plus people on the on the platform in the United States. I want you to take a guess right now. For the people that are over 55 plus, how many users do you think are 55 plus on TikTok? I want to see what the numbers are. What do you think the numbers are? Type it in the chat. What do you think? How many users that are over 55 are on the platform of TikTok? I'm waiting. Don't be afraid. Then blur out a number, put out a number. Let's see what you got. 15 million plus. Good answers. Good answers. No idea. Okay. You guys actually are higher than it is. It's 5.5 million, which is not bad, right? But thank you for putting your answers. It's 5.5 million plus in 55 for the 55 plus, which is great because it's showing that there's a market demographic that's growing. 35 plus, 30 million of them, and 5.5 million on the 55 plus side. So here's another thing that's good for us business owners is that 47% of users bought something they saw on TikTok. So it's not just watching and entertainment, it's actually leading people to buy. So 66% of users were inspired to shop even when not planning on shopping. The answer was Edye, the answer was 5.5 million are 55 plus. 77% of users expect TikTok to inspire a gift idea this year. Okay. And 28% of the users say TikTok inspired more impulse purchases than any other app. It's got some amazing stuff in there. So you'll see as you do your homework. I encourage everyone to start scanning content, even if you don't have an account yet. So look at the hashtag. This is something you do for your homework. Hashtag TikTok made me buy it. It has 4.2 billion plus views. Okay, might be a good hashtag strategy. So let's get into the ad account and getting that set up. Okay, so when we walk through the ad account, there's a few things we have to do. We have to understand. There's one ad account per profile. You pay with a credit card. Similar, it's going to be very similar. It's similar to Facebook ads. It's going to be very similar. You sign up. Let me tell you this though. This is really important. You sign up with a separate account than your TikTok account, and then you link them at the end. So you can sign up through your personal. Like say you have a personal, sign up with another email to create your business TikTok for business account. Just Google TikTok for business. Okay. So once you get there, you'll be able to manage multiple ad accounts. You can get line of credit. You can get it's good for agencies. You're able to do a couple of cool things. Okay, so I'm gonna take you guys in for a live tour. Okay, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up the Pixel. Just again to break down the Pixel. The Pixel is a something that you can put onto your website to track what we call events. So that remember what I talked about earlier, somebody that wants to buy your product or buy your book or buy anything you have, you can track them. Okay, so I created a fresh new account just so we could do this together. Okay, so I'm going to create a new campaign. So assuming that you did all the steps, right? You just that you just signed up, right? You go through the process. You're going to enter your name, your email, your address. Your name, your email, then the legal business name, where you're located. If you remember, if you know what Facebook ads look like, this is very similar to Facebook ads. Okay, so you're gonna create all those things that you would normally create, and then what you're going to do is also make sure you accept their compliance and their rules and all that good stuff. Okay, so you're gonna walk through that, and then it's a pretty simple setup, right? It's not crazy. So if we want to create an ad, there's a bunch of different opportunities and ways we can create ads. Okay, so we can come to here, and then there's two views, right? There's the simplified mode, which is more simple, and custom mode, right? Which is a little more advanced. So for most of you, I just start with this simple mode. Okay, simple custom mode is going to give you more. You're going to control more. This is going to be less control. Okay, meaning that you're allowing TikTok to help you. So if your goal is to get website visits, right, you do that. But I want to start with the pixel first. Okay, so let's go with the pixel first, because this is something you want to do, right? Oops. Oh, I wanted to make that a new tab. Did it do it? Oh well, I'll come back to that. So we'll click events, okay? And then you'll come in here and you go, if you're doing things that you want to do for, if you have a mobile app, you'll use this. If you're doing things for a website, you'll use this. Okay, you're going to create pixel. Call this, I'm just gonna use SBDC pixel as an example. Actually, no, let me just put. Okay, you can do the events API or TikTok. I just suggest you do the TikTok pixel, okay? And then manually install code, or if you have a specific site. So if you manually install code, you just click here. Once you select the mode, it can't be changed. So I wouldn't use the developer, just use the standard mode for most people, right? Use that. You can't change it when you go back. Give it a second. Copy the code. Now you can email it to yourself, okay? I'm going to email it to myself right now, just as an example. So you can email it to your developer. They would know what to do with it and put it onto your website or your landing page, right? And this is the code that's going to put, right? So these are the pieces, okay? The email's been sent. Okay, so that's where you get the code. That's where you get the pixel, okay? You probably want to turn on advanced matching. This is just to be able to learn more data about the people on your site and connect them to your ads and find out their email, phone number. Really cool feature. You want to have a lot of the features they just kind of swiped from Facebook from a advertising standpoint. Okay, so let's get back here to the campaign level. Okay, let's create this campaign. And we're going to go over some strategies as well. So I just want to show you some intricacies of the platform itself, and then we'll go over some strategies. So get website visits. Okay. Hit continue. Custom audience or automatic audience, right? So custom audience will allow you to okay, cool. Sorry, message. Custom will allow you to choose. Automatic will allow TikTok to choose. Just go with custom, right? As you're starting. So if you're focusing on the US, okay. If you have no limit on gender, you can put that there. No limit on age, you can put that there. Languages, let's say I want to put English. Interest and behavior. For me, right? I'm just gonna do what I would do for me. Okay, so include people with education, Yeah. And maybe I'll do business. Marketing. Okay. So pick things that resonate to you. Okay, entrepreneurship, definitely. Pick things that resonate to you. Okay. So those are, I don't want early childhood. Okay, I don't language training, no. And vocational training, no. Okay, there we go. And then I'll choose the intent, right? People that liked certain videos or watched videos or commented or shared. What do you think is most engaged? What is the most engaged level here? Put in the chat. Is it watched to the end? Is it liked? Is it commented? Or is it shared? What do you think is the most engaged? Shared. Shared. Okay. Good. Those are good answers. It's actually watched to the end. The reason is you could share something and not watch to the end. And here's the thing. When you're running ads, you want people to watch yours to the end, right? You don't want them to just share it. You want them to get the full message. Some people do that, right? They're just like, oh, this looks great. Oh, that was funny. That first part was funny. Let me just send this. You need to watch that thing to the end. Okay. So select the time period to include actions from. For starting out, I would say just utilize 7-day window. Okay. And then I would, for me, I'm just again doing this based on me right now. I'm not a performance guy. I'm not doing those things. Education and technology. So I'd probably select these two. Yes, you can mark more than one. Absolutely. Good question, Regina. Okay. Down here, there's additional placement, right? They have relationships with Pangle, Premier Global Publishing Network, and Buzz Video. I guess what we're going to do. We're going to put them on there too. So make sure we're on all those platforms. Okay. Then you set your budget. I always tell people to advertise, you can start with like $10 a day as a start. Okay. I like to personally like to do start with no end date. Just keep it going. Okay. And then you can upgrade your account to create TikTok ads. You can connect your account to TikTok business by hitting this button here. I don't know why it's showing that. I've already done that. So you create ads with your TikTok ads manager account. So you can take your videos and you can upload about as many videos as you want to. Okay. So all those are there. Upload imagery, right? It will still convert it to video. It tells you the recommendations of the types of video. Okay. So I walked you through the very, very basic steps. Okay. Now I want to go over strategy. Question Regina has. If you mark watch to the end, does that mean it can't be skipped, or will it cost more to mark watch to the end? No, it won't cost you more to watch to the end. What you're doing is you're saying, I want people that have this behavior. That want people that finish the videos in this category, because if they pay attention, typically they will pay. If they pay attention, typically they will pay. Right? If they don't pay attention, typically they will not pay. So attention is key. That's what we're really buying. We're looking for things online. Okay. So let me exit back out of this view. Any questions? Any other questions on the back end? It's pretty similar to Facebook. I'm going very simple here. I know this is a new platform for everyone. So any questions there? Okay. All right. So yes, budget can be set. You can set a, let me show you that. So right here under the budget, you said I want to do a lifetime budget. and I want to spend $500 over this amount of dates. I like daily personally. I always like daily. It just makes it better, tracking conversion wise, because sometimes they can spend your whole budget, and they can spend your whole budget. Yes, I hear that, Virginia. Definitely don't want to go over budget. So if you want to just, I would say, as you can say, lifetime, you'll get a better result doing a daily, and then you keep it at this. And then if you want dates on it, right? So you know that, hey, your budget's what does $10 get versus $100? It's very. So here's the thing: it's not really about what you get per se. You want to test, which we're going to talk about in a second, right? So you want to test. You always want to start low and then increase as you start to see traction. So I typically like to start with a $10, and then go to 20, and then go to 30, and then go to 40 and 50, and then all the way up to 100 and plus, right? So that's what I mean. So it's not really about one gets you, because you can spend $100 without testing and not really get much. You can spend $10 with testing and get a whole bunch of value, right? So the key is to test whatever level, whatever you start with. Okay. But yeah, you could certainly start with $100, but here's the key: you want to make sure you're testing it to make sure it converts. Okay. Great questions. Any other questions as I get back into the presentation? All right, we're good. All right, so we actually talked about the pixels, right? So again, this is dev mode for your advanced developers to do this part. Just do standard, right? It's a simple system you can do. They'll place this code in the head of the website. So don't place this code directly from this slide. When you get these slides, don't place this code. Do what I did, email the code to yourself, and then place okay. Got you. Let me answer your question. So for NDA, what we put the money in for was website views or website clicks, traffic. We essentially paid for traffic. So in that case, we were paying for traffic. We were paying for getting more clicks to our page, to our website, to whatever we're trying to get people towards going to. So depending on your objective, if you want views, you can pay for views. If you want engagement, you can pay for engagement. What I suggest for business owners, though, is to get people to go to your landing page or your site. So I would suggest that you pay for your objective should be website views. Hopefully it answers your question. Okay. I do want to talk a little bit more about compliance, since we're all fairly new, right, to the space. This will help you cut down on the rejections and keep you in good standing. You don't want to get in TikTok jail, like they have Facebook jail. So creative is the key to this whole space. Here's some cool things to know about the ads. 21 to 34 seconds. This is the top 25% of all top performing ads are this long. They're short. Facebook, it's not this short, right? 21 to 34 seconds. The average length of time that we need to refresh our creatives. So 2 weeks, every 2 weeks, you want to change your creatives up, right? When you're running ads through TikTok. And then 99% of all the top performing ads feature multiple scenes. This is the part I get sad about, because I don't like to do that. But you've got to leverage multiple scenes, or like different things. Okay, got it. Edie, got it. Thank you for that breakdown, Edie. How do we find out how many per dollar? So that comes from reporting. Reporting will show you what you're getting per dollar. So it's going to vary, right, depending upon your campaign, depending upon many factors. But the cost per click right now is lower than what we've seen traditionally across the average for Facebook, right? So great question. The top performing ads feature multiple scenes, meaning that let's say I did a shot here of me here in the office, and then I went outside, and then I was checking the mail. That would do better than just, hey guys, this is David. I'm talking about how to leverage TikTok for marketing and doing ads. Like, it's got to have that creative punch. Okay, so here's the truth: 70% of TikTok ad success lies in its creatives. You've got to leverage creatives. 5 to 60 seconds is the ad length allowed for TikTok in-feed placement. So if you're doing an in-feed ad, that's the length allowed. They don't even allow beyond 60 seconds. Facebook, you can have 5-minute video if you want to. It's not recommended, but you can. For ads with TikTok, all ads need to have an audio track, right? So you got to have audio track, obviously approved audio, and things that you own creative rights to. Okay, can't run audio for things you don't know. You can do it on your personal profile, but you can do it on your ads. The dimensions for TikTok ad creative is 9:16, which is kind of weird, right? Just the settings and everything like that. So some of the things that you need to know from a creative rule standpoint is there's no cursing allowed in your advertisements, no TikTok watermark in the video, no content that would be considered dangerous or encourage that kind of behavior, no blurred parts of the video. Your name needs to match with your landing page, right? So again, the congruency, no exaggerated claims. These are all standard things, nothing new that we haven't seen in Facebook or any other platform. Creative ideas, go check out put TikTok, maybe buy it, caption, go check that out. 2-person dialogue that usually does well. Pointing out bullet points like ads, reporting, creative, like you've probably seen people do stuff like that. Snapping for transitions, like use some creativity. Those things are welcomed. Okay, so one of the things that you also want to think about is leveraging other authorities. If you have relationships with people or building relationships with other people that already have your audience, that's a shortcut, right? Leveraging text to speech. People like to see the words of what you're saying, even if it does have sound on. Okay. Following the trends. So I'm going to show you how to do some cool research to help you to find good trends and good things to help. Trending sounds, right? So finding the sounds that people are using, trending effects. This is why it can be a little tough. There's a lot of things to keep up with this platform. Trending hashtags, right? So what you want to do is you want to do some creative research, following the top influencers in your target market that are and study the best performing videos. So I'm gonna just go ahead and take a second and we're gonna go into my TikTok search feed here. Okay, and I'm gonna pull up. Let me see here. I'm gonna pull up some stuff for you guys here, and we're gonna go in real quick. I want to share something. Share screen. Okay, I'm gonna stop share, and then I'm gonna reshare to share my phone. Okay. All right, so you can all see my phone here. So I want you to see. So we have a client that we're working on internships for. So what you want to do is you want to go into the filters, right? So example, I want to look at this month, right? And I want to find things based on relevance, and I want to find the topic of how to get internships. Mind you, I don't know what we're going to find here. Okay, so this is how to get internships in college. Here's a okay. I look at the followership. Probably not a good example of what I'm looking for. I want somebody that has a built-in audience that's already. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see. Still kind of low, right? So what I want is,
David, quick one, please.
yes.
Before we continue, just wanted to draw the attention of attendees that I did post a 30-second survey about today's webinar. I just checked my time. We have less than 6 minutes. Just wanted them to have that at the back of their mind that, remember, we at Temple SPDC, their feedbacks is always of utmost important to us, as it helps us in improving the services we provide to them at no cost. So, before we just wrap it up, I would just want to urge each and every one of them to kindly take 30 seconds of their time to help us to fill out the survey. Thank you.
Absolutely. Appreciate that. So I'm going to just look at one more, right? So then I might.
Things that I did to secure my train.
Where'd it go? This one.
Here's how you land in the internship. Basically, search the organizer.
Okay. I'd look at their profile. Okay, still not who I would want. I want somebody with like 1 million in a category. Okay. So when you're searching, you want to find people that have quite a bit of content, and they're on that specific topic. They're experts on that topic, and then you find people around that, and then you want to leverage those things to use the screen record for the good ads you see. You want to search your industry in the creator marketplace to see the most viral in videos. You want to study the top ads in trend discovery in the Creative Center. So there's a couple of things you'll be able to see in the TikTok Creative Center when you get a chance to go into that. But there's things where you can look at top ads in your industry. How about that? Reverse engineer and do what's already working. So when it comes to making creative, there's the TikTok Creator Marketplace. These are some tools you have to your advantage. TikTok Video Editor, TikTok Video Templates, Fiverr, of course, Billo, Promo, Canva, Biteable, Vimeo, InShot. These are all ways that you can leverage and create your creative. Okay. So when you're going through TikToks, you want to make sure you when you're using it, you can download TikToks, right? So you can open the apps, go into in bottom window, tap copy link, take that link, go into your TikTok video, this site, snaptik.app, paste your link, and then download it, right? So you can kind of get some ones that you see that are really good. I will stop here for any questions. I know we've covered a lot in a short amount of time, and we'll just take some final questions as we wrap up here. You can put your answers in the chat, or questions in the chat if you have them. And if we don't, I'll turn it over to Garba, because I want to respect the time, and I don't want to go into the next thing, because the next thing's a whole other thing. But you'll get the. Yes. I can give my email here. You have questions, you want to schedule a time to chat, you can certainly do that. Here is my email.
Yeah, David, I think if we have like 3 to 4 questions, I can as well, add, let's say 5 minutes, if that would go a long way.
Okay. I get it, Melva. You're gonna have to rewatch everything. I get it. Yeah. If you all have questions, if we don't have questions, we can wrap up. If you do, we can answer them right now. I know I shared a lot in a short amount of time, and it's a new world. So don't feel ashamed, or like, hey, I don't, you don't know everything around this process or know anything about this process of TikTok. It's a whole new world, and we're all diving in it.
Yeah. The good thing is, you've actually dropped your email address. I'm sure all our attendees, since they have access to it, anything that comes up, they will try as much as possible to shoot you a mail. But before we wrap it up, just want to use this opportunity to thank each and every one of you guys for keeping a day with us. Also, David, thank you so much for a wonderful presentation. Though the time wasn't enough for us, but I must attest from my own end, and I can also attest on behalf of our wonderful attendees, that it was indeed a great presentation. Yeah, we learned a lot from it. And also to my wonderful Temple SPDC colleagues, without them, we wouldn't have been here and the webinar wouldn't have come into existence. Thank you guys and do enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.
Thank you all.